Buenas noches. This is Dr. Jeff, Chief Medical Officer at Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. So, solidify your identity. Your identity has been confused for many years, maybe even since childhood. Between the ages of 4 and 7, most people split from their true self. What happens is that they start to show the world a certain persona that is not accurate to who they are. The reason they do this is for multiple reasons. It's for trauma, you're going through a rough childhood, or it's a way they can get attention, or it's a way that they can avoid being noticed because maybe they're shy. So all these different reasons. Most of us have some sort of childhood trauma, whether that's abandonment, neglect, or abuse. And abandonment is very common. And, everybody says, well, I had a great family. However, you probably had to take care of yourself emotionally. And so as a little kid, it's really scary to take care of yourself emotionally. And it kicks in this sort of defense mechanism and this survival technique that allows you to get through these rough times and this rough sort of upbringing. And it's not to critique anybody necessarily or shame anybody or demonize anybody necessarily. We all know there's difficult people out there and rough. There's bad people out there. But what we want to focus on is you. And how do you solidify who you actually are as a person? And there's a couple ways to do that. What I love about what we're doing at Rythmia is that the plant medicine shows you who you've become. And it shows you very clearly what persona you've sort of nurtured and fostered in order to get through life. And a lot of people that show a certain persona to the world is not who they are deep down. It's just not who they are. And that causes an internal conflict. And if I feel conflicted between who I really am inside myself, but what I'm actually showing the world and how I'm being perceived, it causes discontent. It causes addiction. It causes depression. It causes anxiety. It causes a psychosomatic response to emotion, which is a way of storing emotion in my body because I don't want to express it. So that causes autoimmune disorders and it causes all kinds of difficult stuff. And then what I'm told is that I have a certain condition that needs meds. And I'm told that I have a certain condition that needs therapy. And I'm told that I have a certain condition that needs rehab or all this other stuff. And then it's managing symptoms. It's managing my anxiety, depression, my addiction. But the problem is that nothing really gets resolved. Nothing really gets sort of figured out in this process. It's like a Band-Aid. And there's reasons to have Band-Aids. Band-Aids are good. Band-Aids cure and help things quickly on the surface, but they don't really solve the problem about what's going on. So the beauty of plant medicine is that after it shows you who you've become, it reunites you with your soul. And that's the important part of this, because if you're not connected back to yourself, then you can't be authentic. And the goal of life is to be authentic, to be yourself, to be you, and to accept all the parts of you that you are. There's great parts, there's amazing things, then there's things you're working on, there's challenges, there's difficulties, and there's things, and that's part of life. That's how we learn, that's how we grow. So doing plant medicine really helps. Excuse me. It's a lot of wind down here right now in Costa Rica. Those allergies kicking up, apologize. So plant medicine really helps you focus on what are the real goals of your life. I always tell people, right, on these Facebook Lives and other things I do, I say the goal of life is to be happy and to be successful in the ways that you see appropriate. So being successful for somebody else is different than maybe how you feel that you want to be successful. But being happy is kind of a norm that we all want to achieve. There's ways to do it. There's all these modalities that exist. There's all these different things to do. And they take time. They take money sometimes. They take effort. And what I really love about plant medicine is it's quick. It helps show you exactly what you need to do to plug into yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. And what's going on at Rythmia is that every week we have, a lot of people down here. Apologize. Sorry, guys. We have a lot of people going through this process that come from all different backgrounds. They're from all over the world. We have people from Europe and Dubai and Canada and US and Asia, South America, Australia, Africa. We have somebody from Africa just got here today. 2 people actually. And it's beautiful. And everybody wants the same thing. They all have something in common. They want to see themselves. They want to see themselves. And that's a beautiful process. And I think what's uniting all these people that come to Rythmia is they want to see who they are as people. And once you have that sort of as a goal and as a focus in your life, you can connect with anybody that you come across. And, everybody's different. Everybody has different sort of things they deal with and struggles and all kinds of different ideas and beliefs and political stuff and, gender identity stuff and all kinds of just different backgrounds, religious, political, all kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of life. That's what's amazing about life. So we all have these different perspectives, but the goal, right, of humanity is to see who you've become, reunite with your soul, and become healed. And then once you can do that, you love yourself, you know who you are, you can connect with other people. Do you really think you want to hurt somebody if you can feel how they're feeling? You don't. That's true empathy. So if I feel what somebody else is feeling, I don't want them to feel upset because I'm going to feel it too. So I'd rather have that person be encouraged and positive and healed and get better. I don't want to hurt that person. That's how the world changes, right? So we got to heal ourselves first. The key to this whole thing is healing yourself. You got to do it. So there's lots of ways to do it. You can go do therapy for 20 years. You can go be on meds for 20 years. You can go and talk to so-called experts for 10, 20 years. You can go to rehabs 12 times, which is the national average for people who have addiction. You can go in and out of psychiatric hospitals, where I used to manage one in LA. I used to run a locked psychiatric hospital, and I worked with people inpatient. You can go do all that stuff. You can do it. Good luck, because that's not a healing environment. There's moments of clarity in there, in all those places. There are moments of that, and they do help, and they do help point you in the right direction sometimes, depending. But you got to do the work. Nothing is worthwhile in life unless you're doing the work yourself. You got to do it yourself. People ask me, like, what should I do? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not you. I have no idea. But what I do know is that you're an amazing individual who has a lot of amazing traits and abilities. And let's figure out for you, let's talk about what you can do to get plugged into yourself and move forward. And so what's happening with the ayahuasca that we're doing at Rythmia is it's creating this very quickly. Tonight is Monday, and we have a lot of people up there right now doing the ceremony for the first time. They're doing the ayahuasca the first time. There's a bunch of staff. Everybody's nervous because they're all newcomers to this. They don't know what to expect. But I have a lot of confidence in what's going on, because for the last almost 4 years, we've been seeing guests. We have almost 7,000 have come through these doors, which is an incredible number, with the most successful sort of rate of improvement that I've ever seen in my health career of almost 30 years. We have 95%, 97%. I mean, it's crazy, the statistics we have. We're collecting data on how all this goes. And people are amazed themselves. They can't believe that this is actually working. And it really is. And the reason is because it's about you. It's all about you. You have to get your identity grounded. You have to become grounded in who you are as a person and love that person, accept it, move forward. Everybody tells you that your identity is no good, and that you're no good, and that you don't deserve to be happy. You're not being, you're not successful enough, right? All this crazy nonsense that people say. Just a way to sell your products, just a way to like one up you. It's just a way to keep you down because they're insecure about themselves. It's all this nonsense. Let's just get to the bottom of it. Let's just get rid of all this nonsense, all this strife in the world, these wars and all this crazy stuff, poverty, madness. Let's just get you grounded. Let's get you plugged into yourself. You can't afford to come to Rythmia, go to our Facebook page, Rythmia Facebook, and fill out the scholarship application. We want everybody to be able to come here, not just the elite, not just the rich, not just the people who can afford it. We want everybody to be able to come to Rythmia. Most people aren't going to go off into the jungle and wander off with some random people they don't understand or know in a dangerous environment with no medical care. Most people aren't going to do that. Now, some are adventurous and they have a great time and they do well. That's good. And God bless them. So like I'm okay with it. But most people aren't going to do that. They want to come to a place that's safe, has medical care, It's medically licensed by the Costa Rican Ministry of Health, which, by the way, Costa Rica is very good in healthcare. It's top in the world as far as healthcare is concerned. It's very good quality. And we just know that what we're doing here is working. We have the data to back it up. So come down to Rythmia, check us out. Solidify your identity by doing the work that you know you got to do. You can do it. Pura vida. See you guys down here soon. Dr. Jeff, check it out. See you guys next Monday. Pura vida.